morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Getting all my stuff here situated. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. Happy Thursday. Are you ready for Thursday? Are you ready for tackling this day? I know I am. I had a great night last night. Had a great sleep. Trying to figure out how to connect my, let's see, connecting my Instagram this morning. Good morning, Instagram. It's good to see you. Looks like, all right, just double checking here. Unable to connect. All right, well, we're not doing Instagram this morning. So Instagram annoys me. I don't know. I think it's a generational thing. I think I'm a Generation X. I'm in the Facebook group. I'm the old crowd, but Instagram annoys me. I just feel like, count me as like being a fuddy-duddy, but I feel like Instagram is just really narcissistic. There are some times that I just don't feel like posting a picture. And I get so stressed out when I see that I got to post a picture. Every time I want to communicate on Instagram, it's got to be a picture. There's so many, when I'm doing the scrolls, it's so many selfies and it's just not my thing. I'm sorry, Instagram, not my thing. I just feel like sometimes I just have something to say. I don't need to post my picture with it or post a picture with it. It's just really stressful. Does anybody else get stressed out with Instagram? I'm sorry, I offended half of my audience, but actually I didn't, because I couldn't hook up Instagram this morning with my electronics. So I didn't offend Instagram. Hey, how are you doing this morning? Are you doing okay? Can you hear me? Everything good with the tech? All that set up? I'm not with Coach Darcy this morning, so I'm kind of floating out there alone. How are you doing? Are you having a good week? It's like we made it over hump day. We made it over the halfway point, and I'm alive. I'm alive. And that's a good sign, right? All right, I wanted to drop my link in there in case you wanted to find a way to connect with me. So I've gone to I've committed this side of the new year. I've committed to 3 days a week workout. I'm really passionate about oops, I did forget to put focus on. Do not disturb, y'all. Focus. Do not disturb for an hour. I love that aspect of Apple. I don't like to be disturbed when I'm talking to my peeps. So the bad thing is I usually set that on do not disturb when I start with clients in the morning, and then I forget it. I forget about it until like 8 o'clock at night, which is very, very peaceful. If you want to do that, it's very peaceful to forget to put your focus mode on. Oh, but yeah, I committed at the new year, and I always tell my clients, I love New Year's resolutions. I love the new starts. I love all of the things about the new year. I love the opportunity for new starts, and I don't believe in overcommitting. I think sometimes when we overcommit, when the first time we miss our workout of the day, or the first time we miss that that goal that we made, when we overcommit and when we over resolute, sometimes that just throws us off, and we're like, well, didn't do it this time, so I might as well quit doing everything else. And so I committed to 3 days at the gym. I'm so glad I did that, because I woke up this morning. I was at the gym yesterday. It was ab day, and I was a little sore this morning. So I'm taking these rest days seriously. But it gives me an extra hour to be able to do some extra coaching, do some extra investing. So, hey, what are you reading now? What is on your reading list? Let me show you what I'm reading. I'm reading this. That's another commitment that I made. In fact, I went to my favorite book, my curriculum that I use for my addictions clients, called Food Junkies. So I just went to the back. I'm like, I need something new to read. Went to the back, went to the reference sections, just pulled out 5, and went to Thrift Books and just spent some money. And so this one, The Dorito Effect, is surprising new truth about food and flavors. And it is really, really eye-opening. If you follow me on Facebook, I put a quote in there that everybody said, "Oh, gross, Monica," yesterday. Um, but the the agenda and the influence behind flavorings is just absolutely crazy, and the morphing of what used to be our food pyramid into what it is now, connected with the obesity, is just absolutely astounding. Absolutely astounding. It's sickening, actually. um, it's all planned. It's all planned. The flavoring and all of those chemicals that are put in our food, and in fact, even the size of the chickens is just absolutely astounding. So, I wanted to just kind of have a little chat today about what the difference between. There's Remington. He is now 4 months old. He is, our Remington is a Great Dane. He's now 4 months old and he is a beast. So, um, I had a staff meeting yesterday with my coaches, and we were talking about the thousands of people that we have coached through the past 6 years. I've been a thriving health coaching practice for. Good morning, Sancy. It's good to see you this morning. But I've been a thriving health coaching practice for the past 6 years. I lost 120 pounds and I've kept it off for the past 7 years, and I've coached for the last six. And so through that time together, I have statistics. I have weight loss success stories. And as every other health coach has, we have failures, weight loss failures. And so we were talking about Wanda. I just am giving you a virtual hug, girl. How are you doing? I want to know what's the latest in your life. And that is the office bird. If you hear behind me, can you hear Winston? If he's annoying, I may have to get up and actually bring him over here because he's staring at me around the corner. I forgot to bring him in, and he knows it. So if he's too distracting, I may have to go hop over there and grab him. Winston, not now, buddy. Like that would work. So, what is the difference between our clients who have crossed the finish line and our clients who have seen a big crash? And I'll admit, we have clients who have seen a big crash. And it is time that I go get Winston the office bird so that I can shut him up so I can finish this conversation we're having together. All right, this was the culprit. So we're going to put you right here, buddy. And we're going to have some peace and quiet now. All right. Now that office interruption is over, hopefully he'll be quiet and I can finish this live. So what is the secret ingredient of those that are successful? And yesterday we went through the list. We went through the thousands of pounds that KM Health Coaching has had the opportunity to watch. He looks like do you have a Reggie? Do you have a cockatiel? I love him. I love him dearly. He just knows. He knows a couple of things. He knows when I'm on a session call, when I turn on the video, he knows when the video's on, so he goes off. Then he gets quiet, and then he knows when I say, well, you're doing amazing. I can't wait to see you next week. And have you scheduled with me next week? He knows those words, and he just goes nuts. So I'm going to have to figure out a different situation because I don't like that. I don't like that distraction. And so he's going to have to find a different living situation that I'm not too sure what it's going to be yet. Not out of the house, but around here because it's too distracting for me. So let's talk about long-term weight loss. Like I said, I lost 120 pounds and I've kept it off. And I get the opportunity to sit with people every day for about 9 hours a day and hear their stories and go through life with them. I do life with my clients. That's the difference between a food plan and a health coach, right? Is I do life with my clients. I walk through the pit with them. I see the successes and I see failures. And being a thriving health coaching practice for this year, we have had the opportunity to see a lot of crashes and to see a diet cycle. You see, we have the opportunity when we get into a health lifestyle, we have an opportunity to make it long term or short term. We have the opportunity to hop off the diet cycle. And the key to doing that is whatever we do, you have to make a lifestyle. It's not a diet. I never again will eat the way I did when I was 250 pounds. Again, I just won't do it. Because if I do, I'm going to go on a 30-pound sugar binge and I'm going to gain all my weight back. There's just no other way to say it. I'd love to tell you, do this for 10 months and you'll never have to diet again. It's not true. It is not true. Whatever lifestyle you choose, you have to do it for the rest of your life. That's why you have to love it. That's why you have to perhaps work through some trauma, perhaps work through some and grieve over foods. I will never be able to have a donut in my life again. That was, as a food addict, that was my drug of choice. I will never be able to do that again. I have decided I love my lifestyle and I love being healthy so much that I'm okay with that. I have taken the time to grieve over that food. There's realities. I'm not going to lie to you and say, you'll never have to diet again. You'll never have to, you can eat anything you want. Any health coach that says you can eat anything you want as a food addict is lying to your face. You can't eat anything you want. Foods were designed to be addictive. Foods were designed chemically to be addictive. Sugar is worse in addiction than cocaine and heroin. The problem is we food addicts have to go to the drugstore to get the food. We have to go to the grocery store. Some of us live with drug pushers. Some of us live with people who don't support our lifestyle and think you can eat anything you want when you know physically you can't do it. And so I am willing, as a health coach, I am willing to go down that path and have a hard conversation with my clients. But there is a pattern to those of my clients who are successful and those who fall off the wagon and choose to live an unhealthy lifestyle and gain their weight back. I'm not going to lie to you and say I have clients who, live in utopia for the rest of their life. And so when Coach Darcy and I were talking about the differences, we put these clients in a column: those who succeeded and those who are thriving and living an unbelievably healthy life, and those who fell off the wagon and are now in relapse and now binging and now overweight again. There is a specific distinction between the two. And so we said, what is it that makes those clients healthy and those clients fall off the wagon? And it's the clients. Hey, Trixie, how are you? It's the clients who come into the program and say, I am obsessed with the scale. It's the clients who come to us and say, I have to get 5 pounds off by next month or I quit. It's the clients who come in and say, I'm in my daughter's getting married. I want to wear a beautiful dress by her wedding. Those clients fail. Those clients, they do get to that weight, but that weight comes raging back because they have not healed. They have not dealt with the trauma. They have not settled in for a lifetime of change. Those are the clients who fail. When I have a client who comes in and who is obsessed with the scale, who is obsessed with doing and making sure that they lose a certain amount of weight every single week, those clients fail within 6 months. Not even kidding you, within 6 months. The clients who come to me and say, Monica, I want to live to see my grandkids. I want to live to see my grandkids get married. I want to live to have a blast with my husband in our retirement years. Go lay down. Remington, come. Come on. Come on. I tell you, when it's live, there's no telling what's going to happen. Everybody go lay down. Everybody go lay down. Go on. Lay down. Right here. Lay down. Right here. Lay down. Trixie, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. You never know. When it's live, you get what you get, right? But the client, oh, good morning, Sherry, beautiful woman. of God. I love you. You're doing amazing. Um, the women who come to me, and when I say women, I coach men as well. They just come in, they do the things, they keep the weight off. It's, not to say that men don't have trauma and they don't have the emotions to work with. Yes, they do. But the guys are typically more apt and more willing to go get the therapy, to go and heal the root. I don't know. That's just been my past, the history that I have in coaching. They just are more willing to come in and do the things. The women come in and say, I can do this by myself. I just need to get the weight off. My husband says I need to get the weight off. I just need to be pretty for my husband. I just need this. I need this. And I need they're instantaneous people. Those are the women who fail my program. Because when you have a quick attitude and you're not willing to deal with the body, mind, and spirit issues, when you're not willing to go do the hard things and you're not willing to settle in and realize that the lifestyle that we have chosen, and other diets may be different. Weight Watchers, which, my gosh, have you heard the compromise of that? I used to be one of those that says, hey, if Weight Watchers is your thing, do it. Not anymore. Not since they bought the shot. My gosh. That nothing says my program doesn't work like purchasing a pharma company and shooting your clients up with a weight loss medication. Yeah, that's a winning program, right? I used to be pro Weight Watchers until then. Like, what? Why did we do this? Why did we sell ourselves out to big pharma? Makes no sense to me. Sorry, you'll always get a soapbox when you talk to me about what works and what doesn't. I get passionate because I hate the future of what's happening to these women. My soul and my spirit, everything in me, because I've walked through the ugly, because I've walked through the weight loss myself, because I've healed from food addiction, and because I've seen success, it hurts everything in me to see another diet circle. It kills me because I know what's going to happen. These women, because they have this, I need to get this weight off fast, and I need to get it off faster than you. And look at me, look at the weight that's falling off with me, and they're not dealing with the trauma. They're not dealing with the root of why they were overweight in the first place. What is happening? It's like a prophecy that is playing out before my eyes. What happens is they're shooting themselves. They're giving themselves the jab every single week. They're not dealing with the root of why they were obese in the first place. The minute they don't want to pay $500 a month anymore, the minute they don't want to shoot their guts anymore with the syringe, is the minute the weight comes raging back. And then on top of the original guilt and the original shame that they didn't deal with in the first place by this weight falling off, yes, the weight falls off because you're starving yourself, right? I'm not going to argue with that. The minute they stop that, the minute the weight comes raging back double time because they have not dealt with the trauma, they've not dealt with the junk underneath, then on top of the shame that they felt there, they're dealing with more shame because yet another diet didn't work. And this time they paid thousands of dollars, minimum $597 just for an off-brand weight loss drug, right? So now they're dealing with an empty checkbook as well as the weight that's come raging back. So regardless, if you get or if you have come to me as a weight loss coach and said, I don't want to deal with the junk. I don't want to take time to deal with the trauma. I don't want to take time to deal with all of that stuff. I just need you to get the weight off of me, Monica. Why aren't my macros right? Why aren't my macros right? I think you need to change my macros, right? All of those things. We get that. We have clients that will come to us and say they are so hypersensitive to all of the weight loss noise around them. They come to us and they say, okay, give me my macros. And then they will start to go, they'll watch a TikTok. Well, maybe I'm not getting enough protein. And they try to coach us into changing their lifestyle instead of settling in and trusting the process. The clients that come to us and are successful settle in and they trust the process. I'm going to shut my office door so Trixie stops pacing. Now we will have less busyness in the office and more concentration. So I can tell within the first 5 minutes of an intake weight loss call whether that client is going to be successful or not by certain things that she says. Okay. So a client that comes to me, I'm going to give you two conversations that I have. Okay. I'm going to give you, and you can decide which one is which client is successful, which ones I keep, and which ones fall off within 6 months. So I have a client that calls and we do our intake call, and I say, okay, tell me your goals. Tell me what you want to get out of our health coaching relationship. Tell me how long you think it's going to take. And they say, Monica, I have a wedding coming up in 6 months. Can you tell me if I can get this weight off? Or Monica, I feel ugly. I feel so ugly in the mirror, and I just have to get this weight off. I have to get it off, and I'll do whatever it takes. And let's say that I accidentally accept this client, because I don't take clients anymore who just want to get into a dress. I don't do it because I'm sick of dieting. I am sick and tired of the ups and downs. I'm sick and tired of what weight does to your brain, what the shame and what all of that. I'm just sick of it. And so I don't even take clients who give me that excuse. So if you want my program, word of advice is during our intake call, don't say those things to me, because at that point I will end our coaching relationship. So I'm giving you hints as to what to say to me to be able to be accepted into the program, if that's the underlying tone here. But that client will say, I will give you, I'll ask them, are you willing to track your macros? Oh, of course, coach. Of course, coach. So they start to track their macros. And when I look at their average calories, they're eating 800 and 900 calories. Big red flag to me. That client is willing to starve themselves in order to get into that wedding dress, or to get into that mother-in-law dress, or they're willing to do anything. That client has a big red flag. In fact, we have a tag in our system, a red flag tag, because I'm watching that. I will end that coaching relationship with zero warning. I will end that coaching relationship if that client is eating 800, 900 calories. If they're starving themselves, I'm not interested in those kind of diets anymore. I'm interested in healing, body, mind, and spirit. Here's another kind of conversation that I have. So the coaching, the intake call begins, and this client says, Monica, I went to the doctor and I am scared. I went to the doctor and she told me my A1C was 8, and the glucose was high, and she told me that if I don't get my crap together, I'm going to have type 2 diabetes. Monica, I had a call with the doctor and I found out that I have PCOS, and gosh darn it, I want to have a baby, and I'm willing to do what it takes to heal this thing. I heard that the ketogenic lifestyle can heal PCOS, and I'm willing to do the things. And I had this chat with my doctor, and I asked the doctor, can you give me 6 months to change my lifestyle with the diet versus putting me on a statin, versus putting me on metformin? And Monica, you are my last hope. If I don't change this, I'm going to die, and I'm not going to see my grandkids. Monica, I have these kids at home, and I am out of breath when it comes to getting on the floor to play with my kids. Those are the clients that are successful, because those are the clients who are ready to settle in, to trust the process. The clients who are willing to give me 2 weeks of data, accurate data in their macros. Those clients are the ones, and they turn off the TikToks. They turn off all of the other, they stop looking at their friends who are on the jab. They stop looking at how fast they're losing weight because they're starving themselves. And they single focus on every word I say. The clients who say, okay, I'm not okay. I had a really bad week this week. My husband left me this week. Or my husband says I'm not good enough. Do you have a counselor? I'm willing to go there. Those clients are the ones who walk through the finish line with me a year later, 100 pounds down. Clients who say, you know what? I don't know why you're raising my macros this week. I don't know why you're asking me to eat more, but I'm going to do it just because you've asked me, because I think you know what you're doing. The clients who say, okay, you told me it was going to take me a year to get this 100 pounds off of my body. I'm going to give you a year and I'm not going to question you. I'm not going to look at other diets. You know, we have clients who come to us and say, what about that carnivore thing over there? You know, I was watching this TikTok thing and they said if you take this, what about that? What about this? Maybe coach, you're giving me the wrong protein. Second guessing everything because of a TikTok or because some new crazy wave of, diet fads are going around. Those clients who are not ever satisfied and will not trust the process will be out of our program within 3 weeks. And they'll be on 5 other diets that will suck the money out of their checking account, that will say, you know what, starve yourself. Those are the clients. The clients that I have that say, that Optavia, those Optavia people, my friend's on that Optavia, she's losing 60 pounds a month. Of course, ma'am, she's losing 60 pounds a month because she's starving herself and she's eating cardboard. Of course. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not even going to compete with those people. But the clients who say, you know what? I'm not going to weigh myself this week and I'm going to choose to trust you. And I'm going to trust that what you're telling me is healing my PCOS. It may not be showing up on the scale, but I'm ovulating again. Wow. Maybe the scale didn't fall this week, but my doctor just took me off my blood pressure medicine. I may not see a 10-pound loss on the scale, but I saw my belt loop need another hole in it. The people who settle in and say, whatever you say, I don't care if the scale falls this week, I'm going to trust your coaching. And when they trust us with their macros and they trust us with the process, those are the clients who get on Facebook and say, I just lost 100 pounds with KM Health Coaching. Those are the clients who make it. The clients who don't make it are the ones who look to the right. Oh, weight loss shot. Zoom. Oh, starvation over here. Zoom. Oh, the scale didn't fall. I must have failed. So I'm going to go have a donut. Those clients are the ones who fall off and they will not, and they refuse to get off the diet hamster wheel. It is just the facts. And I'm not a politically correct coach. If you want a politically correct coach, let me tell you, I saw 10 of them on TikTok this morning. 10 people. In fact, I took a reverse diet course, right? Because science is science. And I feel like I can learn something from people I don't agree with, right? Because you can't argue with science. You just can't. When I put somebody on a reverse diet, I've had to come up with a brand new program to help people off of GLP-1 medication because it's a rave right now. It's like the fen drugs when I was in, high school. It's like those fad things that, suddenly people are losing weight. Doctors who, this is my pet peeve. Doctors who have refused to help you lose weight all of these years suddenly now are weight loss experts because they have a drug. That's all they have. All they have is a drug. Now, that said, there are physicians who do prescribe those things, who do believe in doing it right, and who subcontract with me and say, listen, I'm going to help this person, but I need you to come alongside of them and teach them how to eat. I need you to come alongside of them and teach them how to do the mental health stuff. And so there are physicians right now, we are being contacted. In fact, I'm hiring now because we are being contacted by so many doctors who are saying, I need to do this right. I understand what you're saying, but I also understand the benefits of this drug for this particular patient, but I don't want them doing it without the mental health side of things. And I don't want them doing it without learning how to eat. And so then they walk alongside of us and they contract with us and help their clients through. I need that patient for 4 months. The patient that's coming off of a GLP-1, I need them for 4 months because I'm going to reverse their diet. I'm going to take them from eating 800 calories to 2,000 calories with zero weight gain. I'm going to get them off that medication with things like the supplements I have back there, the natural GLP-1s. I'm going to do this and working through the process with the physicians on this. But what happens is people start to look to the left, look to the right, saying, oh, this program's working better. Well, of course it's working better because they're starving their people. It's science. So that said, I'm taking a course on reverse dieting, and I'm upping my my certifications for reverse dieting so I can help people increase their calories, and that's for the starvation companies as well. Same with the GLP-1s. I'm helping them reverse their diets, having them eat like a normal person again without gaining any of the weight back. So I'm taking this course on reverse dieting just because I want to solidify the math in my head. It is all about math. The ketogenic lifestyle is what brings you off of your medications. That's what heals your PCOS. That's what heals the joint diseases. That's what heals type 2 diabetes, right? Science is why they're losing weight, right? I put all of my clients in a calorie deficit. That is math. That's just simple math. Not Common Core math either. It's real math. And so I'm taking this reverse dieting course simple, and this person that I'm taking it from hates keto. Absolutely, any jab she can get against keto, she is taking it, right? So I've just learned to close my ears to it because I know it works, because I've lived it, right? I don't take my clients where I haven't walked. Keto works. Lowering your insulin works to reverse type 2 diabetes. It all works, right? So I'm really, really confident in that, but also math works. And she does have the math side of a reverse diet. So I'm taking her course. It is everything I can do because she's never had a weight problem in her life, never once had a weight problem. She's always had a very, very speedy metabolism, and she's on here talking about, oh, you can have all the wine you want. You can have if you don't eat a Little Debbie's, I'm ashamed of you. Like all of this. And I'm just like, no. When my clients start looking at people like that, because they're out there, those health coaches are out there who have never had a weight problem in their life, and they're out there trying to help people lose weight. You can do the science part, but you cannot do the emotional part. You cannot do the emotional part. The shame of being obese is overwhelming. I remember the times that I would go to, for me, it was like the Right to Life events, because I'm pro-life, and I go to these Right to Life events, and they have these little tiny white chairs. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or weddings. Weddings are beautiful summertime weddings, that have these little tiny wooden chairs that are beautiful for pictures. A nightmare for obese people. So you walk into this wedding or this event, this banquet, you walk into it, and all you can see, you can't see the people around you. I hate those chairs, Wanda. Oh my gosh. I get traumatized when I think about it. When you walk into, so as an obese person, when you walk into an event and you see a beautiful room full of beautiful white chairs, elegant, beautiful, you see the buffet, you see the things hanging from the ceilings. It's just a beautiful, I don't see any of that as an obese person. And I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know. Can anybody else relate to me? All I see when I walk in the doors of that place, I see those white chairs, and it freezes my soul. And I think to myself, and when I sit down in those chairs as an obese person, when I sat down in those chairs, I prayed every single time, dear Jesus, please don't let this be the time that this chair breaks. One fear in your mind. You are so right. Wanda, I physically have, and I'm not even saying this because it's the new generation talk, I'm triggered. I weigh 155 pounds. I cannot sit in one of those chairs now and not be triggered. And remember, please don't let this be the time that this chair breaks. Please don't let it be the time. Oh my gosh, it is real. And so when you go through this quick weight loss, when you say, I just got to get this weight off quick, and you don't take care of this, you are completely off the rails for the rest of your life because you will never heal completely until you take care of that trauma. That is trauma. Are there any, this is your coach, by the way. Who's my coach? It says Facebook user. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I can't see you. Tell me your name. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Steps sounds, even the lawn chairs. And not so much anymore. If you're in my generation, you remember those camp chairs that are weaved with they are weaved with oh, what were those things? The one you pay. Please tell me who you are. The one you pay. I pay a lot of people, my friend. So, I'm telling you, the ones who are successful are the ones who are willing to work through the crap and work through the yuck. There are a lot of people in my life that I've been influenced by, and I would say probably the greatest person that I have been influenced by is my pastor of 26 years. We no longer go to the church, but he will always, always, always be my pastor. And he claiming taxes. Oh, jeez. You are throwing a lot of hints, and it's going to hit me in the face. It's going to hit me in the face, and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed with everything I've said. What was I saying? Oh, I was going somewhere. Oh, my pastor. So one of the things, I know, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it. Face palm. The one thing that he told me that changed my life, and it was after the weight loss came off, because I did not realize the importance of mental health. And that was what I did wrong through my weight loss journey. Your pastor. Oh, pastor. What are you? I am completely, you're messing my whole session up, because I'm lost. The one claiming taxes. I don't get it. He said to me after the weight loss, he said, I'm proud of what you've done with the outside. Now it's time to heal the inside. And I went to 8 weeks of counseling that time. Best counseling I've ever had. When I have clients who are willing to do that, willing to do the hard things on the front side, those are the clients who slide into the finish line. I was reminded the other day, because our number one competition right now, honestly, and it's not a competition at this point, because we know the other side of this. We know that when I'm probably your sibling that you pay to coach. Okay, so there's something that you need to know about me. I am the world's worst joke getter. Riddle. You give me a riddle, there's no way on this side of the heaven that I'm going to get it. There is no way. So we know that. And probably your sibling that you pay to coach. Oh dear. I have no idea. It's going to hit me and I'm going to be, oh, you're stupid, Monica. Right now, it's your sister. Oh my gosh. Why are you under the Facebook username? What are you doing? Are you undercover? I don't know. Anyway, we know the other side of these weight loss shots. Yeah, she's Darcy. She is undercover, the sister that trains you. I don't know. Oh, just wait. When you're live, Coach Darcy, when you're live, you just wait. Paybacks are really going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We know the results of the weight loss shot, and we are gearing up as weight loss coaches. And there's a couple of companies that are kind of combining efforts in this, because we see what's at the end of the road for these weight loss shots, and we see the hurt and we see the damage that they're causing. And we are actually preparing an entire program of recovery services for those people who are desperate. My prayer is that they come to us before the weight comes back, because after the weight comes back, it's harder to get the weight off again. And so we're preparing, we're linking together as health coaches and saying, okay, what are we going to do when these weight loss shots come to us and the weight is all back and we are swamped. And so we have a program that we are working on right now that is going to be, just preparing ourselves for them. But we see what the end result of these quick weight loss schemes that are happening, and we get it. I don't fault the people who are going after these things. I don't, because I felt the same way. My prayer is that maybe our story of how to do it naturally and how to do it the right way and how to do the hard things. I'm telling you what, going to counseling stinks. It really does. It was harder going to counseling and dealing with the trauma that had made me overweight in the first place was harder than cutting out the donuts. Not even kidding. There's not even a comparison when it comes to what was harder, counseling or taking off the weight. Counseling was harder because I had to go where I didn't want to go. I had to be brave enough to go where I didn't want to go. But until I got to the root of why I was overweight in the first place, I wasn't going to heal. So the clients that come to us that are successful are willing to do those things. And they're willing to settle in and say, you know what, I'm going to heal from the inside out. And they're just calm. They have no problem getting rid of a scale for me. They have no problem. They just do it. They say, okay, coach, you think I probably should get rid of the scale? I want to trust you and I want to trust the process. All right, I'll do it. Okay, coach, you want me to raise my calories this week? Why do you want me to raise my calories? Can you just tell me why? And I'll do it. And they raise their calories. The clients who come and say, oh, you need me to track my food? Okay, I'm going to track it. I'm going to track it accurately. So I give you the tools that you need to be a good coach. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do whatever you say. I always joke about it, and Coach Darcy will back me up on this. I always joke about it. The clients who come to us and say, if you tell me to stand on my head and count to 10 for 30 seconds, I'll do it. If you tell me it's going to work, I'll do it. They just do it. They do the things. They come in. They don't complain. They do the things. They don't freak out when they don't lose a pound that week. They don't freak out when they lose a pound that week and they didn't lose 10 like the person that's on the right. They just do it. Those are the clients who go through remember the story when we were kids, the story of the tortoise and the hare? The hare started off running like crazy. He just ran crazy. He got cocky. He got confident. He's like, nothing's going to stop me. I have got the wind at my back. Nothing's going to stop me. The turtle was slow. Slow. One step at a time. One step at a time. The hare blew by him so fast, but the hare got tired. The hare got really, really tired. And he is like, you know what? That dude back there he is going so slow. I'm going to take a nap. And he stops and he takes the nap. And while he's sleeping, the tortoise slowly goes by him. Guess who won? Yeah. The turtle. The slow turtle won. He trusted the process. He wasn't even looking at that tortoise. The problem and when our clients begin to falter is when they start looking around, when they start looking at their friends, when they start looking at people who are losing weight faster. There's sometimes, if you have a metabolic issue, if you have a hormone issue, you're not going to lose fast. You got to trust the process. And if you choose to trust the process, you're going to be successful. So our biggest enemy right now is quick weight loss. I can't compete with quick weight loss. I cannot compete with those shots. I can't. I know for a fact, I know what the feeling is. You cannot compete with somebody eating 800 to 1,000 calories a day. You can't, right? You cannot compete with that, but I can compete with long term. I will go around circles around any of those weight loss shots. Take that weight loss shot away and you're going to have massive regain. A lot of people are saying, well, you gained double the weight. No, you just start eating normally again. And you just start gaining the weight back. I can compete with that. I cannot compete with short term. So if you're in it for short term, if you just want 6 months of weight loss, you're going to feel it. And you're going to waste a lot of money because you're going to be so excited that you don't have to shop in the plus clothing areas anymore. The opportunities for you to buy new clothes are just like wide open, but it lasts for 2 months. It lasts for that euphoria of being 135 pounds lasts for 2 months, and then it's gone. And then the weight starts coming back. But when you do it the right way, when you trust the process and settle into a new lifestyle and say you want ultimate health over being skinny, those people are the ones who, for a lifetime. Will I ever eat the way I used to eat again? No, I won't. The first thing will happen if I started eating the way that I used to eat again, weight's coming right back. The weight's coming right back. My high blood pressure is coming back. All of it is coming back. My prediabetes is coming back if I did that. So what do I do? I get to love the new lifestyle, and I understand that this is my new life and I better love it. How can I love it? If I'm missing something, then I better darn well learn how to make a low carb pizza because that's going to save my life. And I better love it. I better learn how to eat out. I better learn how to do this. Those are the people that succeed when they start to fall in love with the lifestyle. I would be happy to answer any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Remington. Isn't he getting big? Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so many good keto foods. And one of my favorite things about my new program, it's not a new program, it's just an addition to the program. We have the capability now of creating meal plans, personalized meal plans for our clients. Now, meal plans is very subjective because I don't like meal plans. Meal plans don't work. Meal plans, there's a lot of very, very rich weight loss coaches that all they do is create meal plans. They don't work. Real life is what do you do when your hubby says, let's go to Olive Garden? I don't panic anymore. If my family is like, hey, we have a birthday party at Olive Garden, and they know that, or I know that I'm low carb, I don't eat some of those things anymore. I choose not to eat some of those things anymore. What happens is I just say, okay, all right, I'm going to go into research mode. I'm going to look up their menu. I'm going to see what Olive Garden has. I'm going to see what I can have. If there is literally nothing there, then I'm going to eat beforehand because I'm choosing to stay healthy, because I'm choosing to keep my sugar low, because I'm choosing to reverse my type 2 diabetes, because I'm choosing me over sickness. Oh my gosh, Wanda. Oh, I love chaffles. Chaffles are amazing. If I get sick of not having bread, I'll just throw a chaffle in there. And you can, and once you know the base recipe, like how to make a basic chaffle, you can spice it up. You can put jalapenos in there. You can put, hint is if you want a sweeter taste, use mozzarella cheese. If you want more of a Red Lobster taste, use cheddar. Okay. So once you get the base down, then you can start to experiment. What would be good in this? Ooh, putting some ham in there would be really good. Or, putting some pepperoni in there would be really good. So you can do crazy stuff. You can even have a waffle with some sugar-free syrup. Any other questions? Happy to answer any questions. I will answer anything. I don't care if it's about my skin removal. I don't care if it's about anything. Make many. Ooh, that's a good idea. Santi says, make many of them and keep them on hand. I never think to do that. I just keep my chaffle iron on the counter and always have the ingredients. One of the best books I've ever read is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And one of the things he talks about is how to build a good habit, make it attractive, make it available, make it accessible. And same in reversing the bad habits you want to break is how to reverse them. So definitely. What is your favorite kind of chaffle? What is your favorite kind of chaffle? All right. Question time. I'm here to answer any question. If you have something Um, oh, isn't that that is such a good book. It is. It is probably next to the Bible. It's probably one of the best books I've ever read. The other, if you struggle with food addiction, the other book that you should read is called Food Junkies. Oh, it'll change your life. When you get a different perspective, um, when you get a different perspective on life, it makes things so much easier. His 1%, his 1% example has always stuck with me. If you do something today that's 1% towards your goal, you're going to be that person next year. You can be an entirely different person. My skin is beautiful. Do you have a routine? Has diet helped? Yeah, it's sadly, Wanda, I want to tell you that I have a skincare routine. Um, my life is in survival mode right now, and I'm giving like 199%, which is not a great example. I'm giving 199% to my clients and my company. And so skincare is not at the top of my routine. So that said, yes, diet has really, really helped clear up my skin. It has been something that when I lost the weight, people said, "Man, you look like you reversed your age." Now that said, every morning, 48 has been really rough on me. Right here, I don't know. This is very, very noticeable in the morning. I refuse to get Botox. I refuse. I mean, I can be talked into anything. What questions do you have, guys? Anything? I'm going to stay on for about 8 more minutes. If you've not gotten support, that really is your missing piece. In fact, one of the most successful things in my program is the group aspect. It has changed lives. And for some reason, the last 2 years, the group has taken off. We had tried group for so long. At the beginning, when I opened my practice, we had tried group and it just kept failing. And we're like, nobody's showing up. I don't need Botox. I hesitate. I don't know. Somebody probably knows what the ingredients are in Botox, but you know, um, I'll be honest with you. After I got my skin removed, I am not anti plastic surgery anymore. I should be, but I'm not. I'm not going to do the Botox thing, but I'm not anti that. If there's people out there who can help you, but there's natural. One of the biggest things for your skin is intermittent fasting because of the thing called autophagy. Autophagy is where you get rid of the zombie cells in your body and you get new cells. You can rebuild stem cells. Incredible benefits. Being a food addict with a binge eating disorder, I have to be very, very careful. I'm a certified intermittent fasting coach, and I know how to do it, and I can do it. I just have to do mine differently because I don't want the binging. I'm going to use Wanda's word again, triggers. I don't want the binging triggers. So if you do struggle with an eating disorder and you've heard about intermittent fasting, please don't jump into it alone. Please have a coach when you jump into intermittent fasting because it can trigger some past eating disorders. So very, very important um, thing to do. Any more questions? Hey, Coach Darcy, do you have a question for me? Because I am going to get you back in your live. I don't know why it was showing. I don't know why it was showing Facebook user. What other questions do you have? Does anybody else share my frustration with Instagram? Is that just because I'm old? I am a Grammy now, and it could be Grammys do not belong on Instagram. It's so frustrating. It's just like there are some times where I just want to talk. I don't want to share a picture. How do you get around that? I need an Instagram professional to tell me. How do you get around that? I don't feel like sharing pictures of my life with. What do you do? What do you do? I'm on TikTok. I can do videos better than that, but I don't even like TikTok because people are so mean there. They're so mean. Hey, I forgot to tell you. So, a lot of my clients struggle getting protein. I don't know why. I love protein, so I don't have this, but a lot of people are like, Mike, I can't get the protein. And so I had always partnered with a place called Keto Chow. I had always partnered with them, and they were really, really frustrating me because most of their ingredients are all their products had this thing called sucralose in there, and that is just a really, really unhealthy form of a sweetener. And so I finally reached out to him. I said, "Listen, I'm an affiliate. But I can't recommend your products to my clients anymore because they see sucralose and they say, Monica, you say not to have sucralose." And so um, I had stopped recommending them for a while, but I just got an email. And I found out they have a line of new products. I'm going to post it here. Um, oh goodness, where is it? I don't know if this is it or not. No, it's not it. I don't have it. I don't have it anymore. Um, they now make keto chow with stevia and not sucralose. I was so stinking excited. I don't have the QR code here. Um, um, Shoot, I don't have it here, but message me and I will send you the link to their new products with stevia. That is a game changer. I wrote them yesterday and I thanked them for taking care of my clients because I don't like putting not natural stuff. I don't like aspartame. I don't like sucralose, and they are now making it with stevia, which is amazing. I wish I had the QR code. If you want that, just message me and I'll get you the link for that for the actual core products. All right, I'm going to close up if there's no other questions. Any other questions? I don't. There's a lot of influencers who like just are quiet, and I can't do that. I have to fill the space. Oh gosh. Is that a meal replacement? Yes, Santi, it can be. That's the cool thing about keto chow. It has 27 grams of protein in it, but it also can be used as a meal replacement because you can put your own fat in it. So you decide how much fat you want in it. And so if you are in a hurry, I like you eating real food, but if you're in a hurry and you're like off to work and you're like, oh, I need my protein, you can put your own fat in there. You can use heavy whipping cream. You can use avocado oil. You can use butter, and that can turn it into, so it can be from 130 calories to 600 calories if you want. That's why I loved them so much. And I was so upset when I found out they were making it with sucralose. So hopefully, right now they have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. They have 100 million different flavors with the sucralose in it, but those three are available with the stevia right now. My guess is maybe it costs more to make it with stevia. I don't know, but I will pay more if I don't poison my body. So they also have these things here. These are fasting drops, magnesium drops, lots of stuff. I love it. So make sure you message me for the link. However, because they give my clients a discount. I don't know if I still have it. Oh, I do. I do have it. Here's the link. I'll put it right here. Well, let me see if I can find it. Definitely good stuff. I probably won't be able to find it. Amanda. I think it was Amanda who emailed me. Here we are. Let me grab it. You get a 10% discount with this, so it was worth me having this awkward pause on the internet. There we go. All right, everyone. We've been on here an hour, and so if there's no other questions, again, the common denominator with my successful unsweetened almond milk. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely okay. Common denominator, a successful client versus one who falls off the wagon and one who chooses a diet cycle is the one who settles in, trusts the process, and realizes that they are healing from the inside out. When they realize that and they take away the stress of the anxiousness, of the of the frustration of the scale, when they take that away, sometimes if just getting rid of the scale is enough to help those clients off the crash side of things. But the ones who settle in and say, I am in this for my health, I'm in this because I want to see my grandkids grow up, those are the ones who, at the end of the day, reach success. So that's the secret. No matter what you are, make sure you can change, and you can change your lifestyle, and make sure you do the body, mind, and spirit healing. All right, guys, we will see you next Tuesday. Coach Darcy will join me at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you join us during that time. Sometimes it's a lonely time. I haven't figured out the algorithms of this whole social media stuff yet. It's probably because I'm 48 years old and old. I haven't figured it out. But come over Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. and we will